How's it going, guys and girls? My name is Sergeant Beckett and welcome back to another Sergeant Beckett Reacts video. Today's Sergeant Beckett Reacts video, we're going back to a channel I've reacted to previously. Today's video is called Star Trek is Still an Absolute Nightmare. So, last year, I reacted to a video which was called Star Trek is an Absolute Nightmare. And here's a little snippet for you.
Had a lover?
Oh God, here we go.
Do you believe that? Nana was 100 years old.
Wait, 100? A century? 1/10 of a millennium? Picard, please tell her this is not normal. No, this can't be happening. Patrick, you're Othello, Macbeth, Claudius, Prospero, Oberon. You can't let them do this to us.
It seems that the Howard women have exceptionally vigorous libidos.
Nope, that's it. I'm done. I'm not putting up with this. I'm not having it. You're not going to do this to me and Patrick.
After all, I hope I can find a handsome young man in his 30s when I pass the century mark.
30s?
30s. Her lover was in his 30s.
30s?
I'm sorry, this is too much. We need to move on. I can't keep thinking of ways to react to this.
I'll link that video and the original video in the description below, along with this original video. But the premise of that video was basically very much nitpicking at a certain Star Trek episode, which the guy reacting to it thought was the weirdest episode of The Next Generation. He nitpicked at why he thought it was so weird and like how in normal everyday society that wouldn't happen and things would happen differently. I was so absolutely I can't even describe it now. It was so all over the place, and everything he was saying was such a chaotic and all over the place video. And obviously it was planned out, but like all over the place. But like he was like pointing out things left, right, and center. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? I was so lost. I was confused. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And at the end of that video, he said that he had been suggested to also react to other Star Treks, and the next one he was going to do was the Star Trek Voyager. I assume that's what this one is. I haven't looked at anything about the video. I've not looked at the description or anything. I've literally just clicked on the video. I literally saw it on my recommended page the other day. I saved it to my reaction playlist, and I haven't looked at anything else. But this part is all I've seen. So I assume it's on Star Trek Voyager. I don't know, but I don't know what to expect. I really don't. I don't know what to expect. So I'm just gonna. Without any further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? Oh god, this is gonna be a fucking dumpster fire, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Okay.
Hello, this is part 2 in a however many part series where I review the very worst episodes of Star Trek. If you'd like to see part 1, it's here or in the description. So today we're going to look at an episode from Voyager, and this series seems to be the most popular after The Next Generation. But it's
That's interesting, because like I hear a lot of people say it's the worst part compared to the next, one of the worst ones compared to the Next Generation in DS9. So
it's also generally deemed to be complete and absolute balls. And so I went through all of Voyager's worst episodes to find the very worst one. And you know, it wasn't always easy. I mean, look at this shit. So you see, it's not that great. Oh, for God's sake. And yes, it was in fact Gandhi doing that. Anyway, I think I found the very worst episode for us to watch together. So let's begin.
So the episode begins with this.
Oh, it's this one. Oh, it's this one, of course. Of course he's taken this one. Of course he has.
Okay, really though, I've never actually watched much of this program, so I don't know the name of this character. But we'll come up with one now. Beef. Ham. Beefum.
Beefum here is performing a flight test of some kind, but things quickly start to go wrong.
My vector's drifting.
Don't you worry, I've got another right here.
Fracture in the port nacelle pylon.
Don't you worry, I've got another right here.
Anyway, it all goes wrong, the ship blows up, and we jump cut to him sitting on the floor.
You're dead.
Oh, you could have sugarcoated that a little bit. This then leads to the show's intro cinematic, which I gotta say, this time is pretty... Wait, careful, there's a sun right there. You guys should probably go around... Oh, God!
And there we go, that's it. The episode's over.
We then cut to the officer discussing what went wrong, and oh, good Lord, what is that?
What? I'm a fish head with blonde hair, skin legions, and a human torso. What, you've never seen this before? On my planet, this is normal.
You look like a happy bunch.
Basically, these guys are trying to work out how to make the ship go faster by going all the way up to warp 10.
Now in Star Trek, warp 10 is basically infinite speed. It's so fast, in fact, that...
It means that you would occupy every point in the universe simultaneously.
And does this really sound like a good idea? You know what occupying every known space in the universe simultaneously would look like? Well, I'll show you. Ah! That.
If Voyager achieved warp 10, we could be home in as long as it takes to push a button.
The fish person then gives them some advice in the form of complete and absolute gibberish,
As the ship went through the nebula, it sent out a dark matter bow wave.
which then inspires the officers to respond with further nonsense.
Create a velocity differential. The fuselage would be traveling at a faster rate of speed than the nacelle. Set up a depolarization matrix around the fuselage.
They thank Mr. Fishhead, and soon we get to them trying out their new plan, which seems to be going well enough.
He is approaching the threshold.
Engine output at maximum.
It's working! The ship lights are flickering!
Warp 10.
What kind of reaction was that?
We've reached infinite velocity. We're masters of the universe. All of time and space is now within our grasp.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, the crew are all very happy that they've reached warp 10. But while talking to the captain, Beetham cuts out.
Lieutenant, can you hear me?
What? No, of course he can't hear you.
He's simultaneously occupying every known point in existence. What do you expect? Actually, any minute now, he'll... Oh, yeah. Here he comes.
The ship eventually returns, and although Beetham seems fine, he suddenly gets very sick. Oh, and you know it's bad because his forehead starts to change.
You see, in Star Trek, foreheads are a great way of telling how somebody is doing. You see, mine, glorious. But others are not so lucky. Sing with me.
Why would anyone evolve a forehead that looks like these? What possible use could they have, except for the Bajorans who are really, really attractive?
Having an allergic reaction. What did he ingest?
Just a cup of Neelix's coffee.
It's a miracle he's still alive.
Did you get it? Oh, my patient's dead.
His cellular membranes are deteriorating. He's dying.
Okay, all jokes aside, I love the way this guy talks.
His cellular membranes are deteriorating. He's dying.
Beetham then starts to suffer from what can only be classed as negative Nancy's syndrome.
What I remember most about being a kid
What?
are the times I spent in my room crying.
Negative
Okay, so I think
Nancy
that this is
syndrome.
where things are really going to start to
Hold on, what the fuck? Is that an actual...
derail. I mean, who talks like this?
I lost my virginity in that room.
Increase dosage to 98 rads per second.
Pepperoni! Kiss me.
All right, then, come here.
Pepperoni!
Wait. Ronan? It's you. You came back. Life is a roller coaster.
Anyway, Beetham continues to get even worse.
His lymphatic system is collapsing.
Oh no, hopefully he won't die really painfully.
He then asks to be let out of sickbay, but unfortunately he can't breathe oxygen anymore.
Sorry, Tom. If we let down the force field, you'll suffocate.
What's the difference?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What's the difference?
This can't be happening.
What's the difference?
I wore Star Trek cufflinks to my wedding.
What's the difference?
I wear a What Would Picard Do bracelet.
What's the difference?
I must mourn.
What the fuck?
So the real issue with this episode is there's nothing else happening. This is the only plot going on. So all we have is Mr. Pepperoni saying the most annoying shite I've ever heard in my life.
I'm starving. I don't trust people who don't cry. What? Do you cry?
So Captain Janeway comes to visit him in sickbay, but things get really gross as we see he's started to mutate even further.
Pretty disgusting, huh?
Ah, I've seen worse.
So the captain chats with Balloon Voldemort for like 5 full minutes of completely miserable dialogue.
The doctor's working on a way to restore your DNA to its
Why?
original. Excuse me.
What I'm becoming will probably be better than who I was.
As the episode goes on, the doctors continue to monitor his situation and try to come up with ways to help him.
In the meantime, I'm going to see about treating him with...
Doctor!
What is it now, Mr. Paris?
Even the Doctor's had enough of him. Right, obviously this episode is terrible, but the Doctor is an absolute gem. Oh no. I'm gonna watch all of Voyager now, aren't I? Well, I mean, there can't be that many episodes, can there? Fuck.
So he continues to mutate and ends up looking like... Well, he doesn't really look like anything. The Doctor decides that the only way to fix these mutations is to put Beefam into the ship's engine. I don't know, this episode is really bad. So they hook him up to the engine, but while performing the treatment, he escapes.
Now, I would show you this daring escape, but all we get is this screen. They must have been running low on budget. Oh my god, this is terrible! If only you could see the extent of how expensive this would be to show you.
Beefam then sneaks up on Captain Janeway and knocks her out. He then puts her in the ship from earlier and goes to warp 10 again, but this time with her there. 3 days then pass, but the crew do eventually manage to track down Beefam and Captain Janeway to this jungle planet, where they find some giant salamanders?
It's them.
It's them.
It's them.
It's them. It's them!
Oh no, and they've made babies. Babies. Tiny human salamander, infinite speed, time travel, backwards evolution, fish babies, why? The babies then start to leave and the crew just let them swim away, not just shoot them on sight like their parents.
Why is this happening? It's Star Trek. It's my favorite show. Why does it do that?
We then cut back to the ship and everyone just happens to be feeling totally fine. Why the fuck not? And Captain Janeway and Beefam, I really wish I hadn't called them that, then chat about their unusual experience.
I've thought about having children. But I must say I never considered having them with you.
And there it is. Congratulations, Voyager. You're the winners of the worst conversation anyone's ever had award. Oh, and I'm also proud to say you've won second prize for best off-screen salamander sex scene.
Captain, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. But, I don't remember very much about... you know.
What makes you think it was your idea?
Oh yeah!
You know what, after that line, I don't feel comfortable giving you this award anymore. Clearly, you deserve first place for best off-screen salamander sex scene. I can't believe my wife made all of these.
They then stare lovingly into each other's eyes as the ship floats off into the distance.
Evil Mask Space Wolf, you've come back. There was an imbalance in the universe. Now it is at peace. Why do you sound like Mufasa?
It is the voice you gave me.
Okay. Could we go psychedelic again?
Of course we can, Simba.
What a tune. I've heard about you. You're prejufish. You're discriminant aquatic. Please go to the next scene.
You know, I was kind of hoping, after watching the first one, I'd at least have something to say. But, like the first one, I'm speechless. I have nothing to say. What the fuck did I just watch? Oh my god. I don't even know anymore. I thought after watching the first one I would at least have been prepared, but I thought I would have I thought I would have been better equipped, but no, I wasn't. Well, I would say that was 11 minutes of my life wasted, but somehow I don't think it was. Somehow it was what? Somehow me spending 11 minutes of my life watching whatever the fuck that was not a waste. What benefit did it have? Fucked if I know. Oh my god. Well, that was still fun to watch, surprisingly. And I hope he does another one on DS9, because there's still many episodes. There's loads of Star Trek series you can do things on, so I hope he does another one. And if he does, I'll react to it again. So on that note, I'm gonna slowly end this video here. And I say slowly because, the Morning Star series edges ever closer to, fruition. For the last, well, as of recording, today I've got my last of the 3 first table reads for the Morning Star series. And then after the table reads, we'll be going into putting it all together, so, yes. Looking forward to that. Also, I'd like to make make a quick mention and thank all those who have watched the Sea of Thieves We Shall Sail Together mashup with Longest Johns and Cole McGuinness I did. Because in the first 3 days, it sort of jumped to a height of because I loaded it on Sunday evening, and then I was at work Monday morning, and then I got home, and then by the time I got home Monday evening again, I looked at it again, and it was. And I received a comment on there, so I looked at the video, and I saw how many views it got, and it got about 500 views in the first day. So thank you to all of those who have watched that video and given it the attention it's gotten and enjoyed it. It's by far not my most popular, but it's by far the quickest video to ever get to 1,000 views. No video I've uploaded has gotten to 1,000 views that quickly. I mean, the enemy remix I did took about like half a year to fucking pick up. So yeah, thank you all for watching that, and yeah. And well, on that note, I'm gonna end this video here. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, leave a comment, and also consider subscribing to the channel so to Beckett for my reaction of the previous video that this guy did on Star Trek Next Generation, and the original one of that video, and the original one of this video. For all 3 of those, please go in the link. Please find the links to those in the description. If you also like to see more of me on other places like Twitter, TikTok, and anywhere else on the internet, then please again go to the link in the description. You will find my link tree in there. Go and peruse and see what you like. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I shall see you all in the next one. Adios.